loves, it's Miss Antinko. I hope you are keeping up with your assignments and checking Remind and Schoology frequently for updates. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. So just to review last session, you should have looked at the information on mitosis and completed the virtual ticket out the door. Remember, mitosis is a process that is used to grow and heal. So if you have gotten a scrape or a broken bone, your body's gone through mitosis to heal those injuries. And then if you've grown, your body's gone through mitosis to make a larger version of you. Let's review the steps of mitosis just for a second before we move on. Mitosis is used in eukaryotes to grow and heal, like I said, and it is nuclear division. So this is how we separate the nucleus. Also at the same time, the rest of the cell is dividing, but mitosis specifically refers to the nucleus and the chromosome splitting. So thinking about the cell cycle, during interphase, the DNA makes a copy or goes through replication. In humans, we have 46 chromosomes. So when we make a copy of our DNA, we go from 46 to 92. During prophase, you see that the chromosomes are starting to condense, so they go from DNA strands to chromatin. Also during this time in prophase, the nuclear envelope is starting to disintegrate. In metaphase, you see the chromosomes lining up, those sister chromatids lining up on the equator of the cell. The nuclear envelope is completely gone, and those spindle fibers are stretched out and attached to the centromere on those sister chromatids. In anaphase, the spindle fibers start to shorten, and the chromosomes, or the sister chromosomes, start to separate into chromatids, one set going that way, one set going the other way. Then in telophase, you see the nuclear envelope returning, and you see that the chromatids are starting to uncoil and relax. And then finally, after cytokinesis, you have two new identical daughter cells. So this cell has 46 chromosomes, and that cell has 46 chromosomes. If you have any questions on this process of mitosis, which is used for cells to grow and heal, please make sure that you contact me. Next, we will look at a different form of cell division. This is used for cells to reproduce. Binary fission is very similar to mitosis, but it is actually a form of reproduction. It is asexual reproduction that is used in bacteria or prokaryotes, so they can create offspring. In humans and other eukaryotes, we practice sexual reproduction where you need two parents, whereas asexual reproduction, you just need one single parent. Binary fission also produces two identical daughter cells from one parent cell. So it looks very similar to mitosis, but remember, mitosis is division of the nucleus. Binary fission is the replication of one single cell. Binary fission also only occurs in prokaryotes. And this is because they don't have a nucleus, but they still have to grow and reproduce. Thinking back to evolution, the environment really determines what organisms will be successful. It also determines what type of reproduction will be successful. If you live in a consistent, constant environment, oftentimes those organisms undergo asexual reproduction where they just make copies of their genetic material and then divide in half. And that's that asexual reproduction through binary fission. Sexual reproduction is more advantageous in changing conditions where you have changes in climate, changes in biotic factors, changes in abiotic factors. If you look at this diagram of asexual reproduction, you see that it's an exponential graph. So you may start off with only one or two individuals dividing, but over time, those one or two individuals can multiply rapidly. 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8, 8 becomes 16, 16 becomes 32, so on and on until you have this exponential growth. Some eukaryotes reproduce through mitosis, and this is different than binary fission. So you have the hydra here. This is in the same family as things like jellyfish, and it lives in freshwater environments. But eukaryotes that reproduce through mitosis go through budding. So you see this small little portion down here. This is an exact copy of the adult, and it is basically just a miniature version that will grow, and then once it matures, it will pop off and it will settle into the seafloor or the lake floor next to it. Yeast are also eukaryotes. They go through budding, so a small miniature version will bud off of the yeast and then separate and go on with its life cycle. Plants can also perform asexual reproduction, so they can perform sexual reproduction, which is what we think of where you have pollination occurring, but they can also go through asexual reproduction. One is propagation or fragmentation. This is where you take an adult plant and you can cut pieces off or break pieces off, and they will grow a new offspring from it. This is common with succulents, where you can take off a couple of the succulent leaves and let them sit in water or the soil, and you will start to see new plants grow. Also, grafting. If you are a farmer and you want to use the mature root system of one plant and graft a new plant onto it, you basically cut into the existing plant. You cut a section of the new plant, and then you splice them together and wrap them tightly. Those cells will want to heal, and they will heal in the xylem and phloem. Those tissues in those plants will form together, and you will have the new plant growing from it. And this is called grafting. Okay, loves, that's all I have on asexual reproduction. Make sure that you're keeping up with your Schoology assignments and completing the mitosis versus asexual reproduction and binary fission Venn diagram. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me on Remind, and make sure that you are checking the school's website and Schoology for any updates. All right, guys, I really miss you, and I can't wait to see you soon. Bye!